Hi everyone, I'm Mark and welcome to today's total body workout with a focus on the back of the body. For this workout today, all you need is a set of dumbbells, and when you're ready, let's get started. I'm going to start off in a little warm-up phase first. We're actually going to start off in tabletop position. So when you're ready, come on down into 4-point posture, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's start off here with a few rounds of cat and cow. And so starting from the tailbone, rounding up through the spine, separate the shoulder blades, and then drop the belly in the chest, lift the chin, lengthen out through the neck. It's going to take 5 or 6 rounds at your own pace. And so what you want to do here is create some movement and mobility through the spine. And so warming up through the back for our workout today. Just noticing how the spine moves, noticing how mobile you feel through the back of the body. And then from here, step 1 foot forward to the outside of the hands. Let's take a few little movements here, side to side, start to open up through the hips. So I'd like to start a workout with a few minutes on mobility, just to not only notice how the body's moving for any particular day, but just to get a bit of movement into the joints, a bit of warmth, a bit of mobility first. And then from there, lift the back foot up. You can take a little twist and a rotation in. Just a couple of breaths here. This width into the upper body. And then from here, just take a few little movements. Reach the arm forward and back. And so inhale, reach forward. And then stretch all the way back. Let's do that one more time. Good job. This time, bring both hands back down to the mats. Then from here, lift the hips into this pike position or downward facing dog. Just take a few breaths here. Get this length into the spine. Big stretch through the back of the body. And then let's switch sides. So kneeling lunge on the other side next. And so step nice and wide to the outside of the hands. Just take a few little movements side to side here. So some hip mobility. And it's also good too to notice if there's much of a difference. So as you warm up, just be aware of how the body's moving. Is the right side and the left side feeling equal or unbalanced? Just be aware of what's happening in the body on any particular day. Good. From here, tuck the toes under on the back foot, lift the kneecap into a more active lunge. And then take a twist and rotation in, big stretch up. So take a few breaths here to create this space into the upper back. And then reach the arm forward. And then reach the arm all the way back. Let's do that a couple of times. So big stretch forward, big stretch back. One more time. Big stretch forward, all the way back. And then from here up, come on down. Pike position, lift the hips. Take the feet a little bit wider, like shoulder width apart. Let's get this length into the back body. Lift the tailbone up. So we're in this upside down V shape. Good job. Slowly start to walk the hands into the feet. Take a couple of breaths here in a forward fold. Then length into the spine, then halfway lift, nice and long through the body. Hands on the knees, flat back, standing all the way up. Good job. Shake out the arms and legs. Let's get moving. So we're going to start off with single arm row with your dumbbell first. I'm going to put my timer on. Then we're going to get ourselves moving. So remember, we've got 3 rounds through. So if you've done one of my workouts before, 3 rounds through, first set, learn the exercises. Second set, increase the intensity if you want. Round 3, you get 1 more shot. So right leg forward, left leg back. Drop down here into this single arm row position. So you're going to have your body in a position like you would for, say, warrior 1. So the weight is on your left leg, right leg is behind, and your right arm rows. And so as you row, you want to feel like you wrap the elbow around the spine. Nice and long through the upper back. Good. 1 more. All right, swap over, other side. So you can just switch from one angle to the other, straight into it. And so you want to have your front leg bent at the knee, loading up through the leg. And focus on the length into the spine, a big squeeze into the side of the back. And so what I like you to think about is, as we train through the back of the body, the focus is not just on the back, it's the whole back chain. So it's working from the head to the heels. And so keep that in mind as we work through the workout today. Good job. All right, dumbbell down. Second exercise, into the kneeling position like we did for the warm-up, into tabletop. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. What you're going to do is lift your right heel up at 90 degrees and then take your left arm around, tap the heel, come back, alternate sides. So heel goes up, arm reaches around, tap the heel, come back, alternating sides. So keep the hips square, lead with the foot first. So lift, pause, and then reach around behind. And so what we're doing is working into the hamstrings, hip stability, balance into the body. Then this work into the upper back, thoracic spine. And so if you lack mobility here, this one will be quite a challenge to get the arm around and back. Last one. And then third exercise, come on down, setting up for cobra. So hands under shoulders, take the feet nice and wide, and then lift the chest. We're going to start off in level 1. So use the upper back to lift rather than the hands to push. You should be able to easily release the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades in and feel that work into the upper back. If that feels okay for you, the second variation is that you can start to lift the feet at the same time, so you're working right through the whole back chain of the body. If that's a bit too much, keep the feet down and just focus on this upper back strengthening work to begin. 5 seconds. Good job. Tuck the toes under, have a little stretch. And so first round done. We're going to do that 2 more times through. So if you want to grab a heavier dumbbell or maybe grab 2 dumbbells stacked together, you can. So the single arm rows is where we work with resistance. Exercise 2 and 3, working more into body weight stability. So grab your dumbbells, take the weight onto your first leg, drop down. When you're ready, let's go. Round 2. So now that you're nice and warm, here's where we start to work. So think about getting nice and low into the front leg, really active into your back leg as well. And then as you row, wrap the elbow around the rib cage. A big squeeze into the upper back. One more. Good. Swap sides. Switch arms. Drop all the way down and then straight into it. And so remember, lead with the elbow. Get that squeeze into the upper back as you wrap the elbow around the rib cage. Stay low into the front leg the whole time. 10 seconds to go. Okay, good job. All right, dumbbells down into tabletop position. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, 90-degree angle, lift the heel, keep the foot flexed and reach all the way around behind. So lift, circle the arm around, reach to the heel. And so as you do so, keep the hips square, keep the knee at 90 degrees. And so you've got shoulder mobility, upper back strength, hip stability, lots going on here. Focusing on the whole back of the body, like I was saying at the start, rather than just being in isolation. We're thinking about how all the parts through the back of the body link and work together. Good job. All right, come on down into cobra. So second round through, you've got a couple of options. Feet can be shoulder width apart. Lift the chest and hold, level 1. That might be enough for you. Otherwise, if you want to focus on lifting the lower body, you can, squeezing into glutes and hamstrings. And then if you want to work a little bit harder, your third level is to start and extend the arms out long. Look forward, so think longer levers. And so we're working from the hands right through to the heels, through the whole back chain in the body. Good job. Stretch. Send the hips back. Lengthen out through the spine. Moving into our third and final set through. So I like to keep moving the whole way through, alternating body parts. So when you're ready, grab your dumbbells. Third and final set, same 3 exercises. So nice and long into the front leg. Let's go. So third set through. Focus on technique, especially as you start to fatigue. Absolutely no need to rush. Take it at your own pace. You can always take recoveries anytime you need to as well. Most important bit is to maintain the alignment through the body. Good. Swap sides. Straight into it and continue. Last 15 seconds. Good, last one. Perfect. All right, dumbbells down out of the way. Into your tabletop position. 90 degree at the knee when you're ready. Lift, reach around. Alternating sides. So really focus on hip stability for this last round through. A big part of back strength is how strong and stable we are through the lower back. One more each side. Okay, good. All right, into our cobra, or the variation to extend all the way out through the legs. So you've got 3 options. Choose whatever one works best for you. When you're ready, let's go. 30 seconds on. Let's just focus on steady breath. This one's quite a challenge if you've got the arms and legs extended. But thinking about working through the whole back chain of the body. Last 10 seconds. Good job. All right, have a little stretch, child's pose to release. Knees out wide, toes together. Sit the weight back onto the heels, release into the lower back. Take a few deep breaths here. Beautiful. All right, slowly coming up onto your feet. I'm going to show you the next 3 exercises and then we'll get going. So with the dumbbells, exercise 1, little deadlift, bent over row combination. So what we're going to do is have the feet about shoulder width apart, hinge forward. We'll take a bent over row and then stand all the way up. So a deadlift and a row combination. We're going to add an extra row each time you come back. So we pyramid. 1 deadlift, 3 rows, 4 rows, continuing all the way up. Exercise number 2, we're going to do is stack 1 dumbbell end to end. We go into a front raise, all the way up, all the way down. That's exercise 2. And then exercise number 3, come back to both dumbbells into bicep curls with a rotation. So working into the whole back of the body, row deadlift combination, into the front raise, working through the front and back of the shoulders, and then into the bicep curls, front of the arms. So have everything ready to go. I'll get the timer on. When you're ready, let's get started. So starting off with that deadlift combo first. So grab the dumbbells. Have the feet a little bit wider, so you want to have a firm foundation for the legs. Hinge forward, one row, and then adding an extra row each time you come back down here. And so lead with the elbows as you row. So you want to think about hinging from the hips, length into the spine, strength and stability into the core. And each time you row, think about that squeeze into the upper back. A little pause at the top of each movement. Last 15 seconds. So you should be able to get up to 5, maybe even 6 rows on that last set. Okay, good job. Whoa, nice. All right, place one dumbbell down into front raises next. So grab a dumbbell, one leg forward, one leg back, arms straight, and then into the front raise, all the way up, all the way down. And so from here, think about staying really stable into the core. And so you want to finish the exercise with the dumbbell all the way up overhead. Keep the core engaged as we lift. 15 seconds. Okay, good job. All right, grab a hold of both dumbbells again. Let's work into bicep curls. So you can have palms facing in, and then rotation curl all the way up. You can have one leg forward, one leg back if you wish. Think about keeping the biceps in nice and close to the body so the elbows are in snug beside the ribs. Palms facing up at the top of the movement, and then the wrists rotate back in at the bottom of the movement. Last 10 seconds. Make sure we're not swinging through the arms. Let's keep the elbows relaxed but beside the body. One more. Okay, good job. All right, dumbbells down. Give the arms a shake out, loosen up. That was our first set done. So we're going to repeat that same cycle, 2 more sets through. So the rows will be the heaviest exercise. If you want to grab anything heavier for that, have those ready to go. Front raise, a bit of active recovery, and then third exercise for the biceps. So grab the dumbbells, set the feet. When you're ready, let's go. Take a nosedive, 1 row, then we pyramid ourselves all the way back up to get in as many reps as you can. And so remember, there's never any need to rush. Take your time. You've got 1 minute here to move at your own pace. I like to work on time frames more so than repetitions because it really just gives us the ability to focus on the quality of the movement rather than worrying about how many reps you're going to get. And especially working with exercises like the bent over rows here, the focus is that alignment through the spine, that strength into the lower back. 15 seconds to go. Okay, good job. All right, place one dumbbell down. Front raises. So you can split the stance. One leg forward, one leg back. Hands out in front. When you're ready, engage the core. Front raise all the way up. You can keep the feet together if you prefer. Just find a stance that's most comfortable for you. Everyone's different, so some people prefer to have feet together or hip distance apart. Some people like to have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Doesn't really matter, whatever works best for you. As long as you've got that alignment through the body, the engagement through the core, and the focus on the exercise. 15 seconds. Good, last one. All right, perfect. Grab the dumbbells, bicep curls to finish off with. So once again, whatever stance is best for you. When you're ready, straight into it. 30 seconds on the curls. Then we're into our third and final set through. So as we move through each round, once we start, I like to keep moving the whole way through. And so as we alternate body parts, you'll notice that you get the heart rate up quite a bit at the same time as well. So whole idea is keep us moving, keep us active as we work through each 10-minute set. 5 seconds. Okay, good job. All right, dumbbells down. Have a little stretch, loosen up. Shake the arms out. Grab a tiny drink of water if you need one. Not too much though. We're going to keep moving, get straight into our third and final set through. Then we got one block of work to go. So when you're ready, grab the dumbbells. Set the feet grounded, strong. When you're ready, let's go. Starting from 1, and then working up to as many as you can. And so this third set through, you might start to feel a little bit of fatigue. And so what you want to maintain is this alignment through the body. Stay really grounded into the feet too. So notice whether or not you have a tendency to want to lose your balance, because it's going to be the importance of keeping grounded. Once you're grounded, you have connection. Once you have connection, you have control. Last 20 seconds. Almost there. Come on. Last little bit. Good job. All right. Nice work, everyone. Dumbbell down. Front raise. When you're ready, let's go. All the way up. You have 30 seconds. Focus on that stretch. You want to go all the way up overhead. Nice and long through the back of the body. Last 10 seconds. Okay, good. All right. Biceps to finish. Grab both dumbbells. When you're ready, straight in. Let's go. Last little bit of work for the arms. "20 seconds. Let's get in as many as you can with plenty of control. Good, last 5 seconds. Good job. All right, dumbbells down. Shake out the arms, loosen up, shake off the legs. Grab a little drink, and then I'm going to show you the last 3 exercises while you have your drink break, and then we're going to get going. So this last block of work, it's got a couple little challenges in it, so just be ready for those. You'll need a dumbbell for the first exercise. We're going to take a lateral squat exercise with a low row and a high row. So it goes like this. We step out to the side into this lateral row. And then we step in, we pull the elbow up into a high pull. So we drop down, lateral row, push, and high pull. 30 seconds on one side, swap over, 30 seconds in the other direction. Exercise number 2, dumbbell down. We're going to go into some low range squats. So feet wide, drop down, bottom range squat, down, and then all the way up. So drop low, bottom range, down, all the way up. Exercise number 3, dolphin push-ups. So a couple of options, hands together, elbows about shoulder width apart. And so the dolphin, we can hold here in place for the whole 30 seconds. Otherwise, if you'd like to move, you can add the dolphin push-up. Good for upper back strength, shoulder stability as well. So we'll put the timer on. When you're ready, let's get started. So we're going to start off with the lateral squat, low and high row. Remember, we want to get our body moving in all these different directions. So start with the feet together. Step out to the side, low row, and then a high row. So step, drop into the row, reach, and pull. Let's move with control, no need to rush. And so you'll notice you'll get quite a bit of heart rate elevation on this combination as well. Okay, good job. All right, swap arms, shift across, change sides. When you're ready, drop down, low row, into the high row. Good job. Step wide, land lightly. So you got that balance. Good, one more. Perfect, good job. All right, dumbbell down out of the way. So we're going to take 45 seconds on the low range squat. So take the feet that little bit wider. Shoulder width or a bit wider is good. Hands out in front. We drop down into a low range squat, halfway up, all the way down, and then all the way up. So the thing about the low range squat is that it gets us working into our hip mobility, which is good for lower back strength. So drop all the way down, halfway up, all the way down, and then all the way up. No need to rush. Take it at your time, your own time. Keep the weight even in the feet. Good, last one. Perfect. All right, hit the floor, dolphin push-up. So the focus here is upper back strength, shoulder stability. So hands together, elbows under shoulders. Lift the tailbone into this V shape. So think like a downward facing dog. And then focus on this alignment. So elbows, hips, and heels in one straight line. You might just want to stay here and focus on this alignment. Otherwise, you might like to take the dolphin push-up, where we just shift forward, nose to knuckles, and then shift back. And so it's all about creating this freedom of movement through the shoulder joints and the strength into the back. Good job, and stretch. Whoa, that's a tough block to finish off with. Good job though. So now that you know what we have coming up, we're going to take 2 more rounds through. So the next 2 rounds, if you want to increase the resistance, but most importantly, it's a nice opportunity to focus on refining the technique and the movement ability through your body. So start with the feet together. When you're ready, out to the side. Let's go. Step wide, low row, reach, and pull into the high row. Good, elbow up. So push off the outside leg, pull the elbow up nice and high. Good job. All right, swap arms, swap legs, shift across. When you're ready, let's go. Step wide, low row, and then high row. Good, elbow up. Last one. Oh, good job. All right, dumbbell down into our low range squats. So feet nice and wide, shoulder width. Arms out in front for balance. When you're ready, let's go. Bottom range. If you want to focus a bit more on hip mobility, you might even hold at the bottom for a few seconds and then rising up. Just make sure weight is even in both feet. Shoulders down away from the ears. Good, 15 seconds. Yeah. Good, last one. All right, perfect. Dolphin push-ups or the dolphin hold. Elbows under shoulders, lock their fingers together. Lift the hips up. Take a moment to find your position. Tailbone lifted. So your priority is this lengthening to the back. And then from there, if you want to add the dolphin push-ups, just notice the freedom of movement through the back. Make sure elbows aren't opening out too wide. Last one. Good job. Have a little stretch. Whoa. All right, everyone. Third and final set. That is a tough block, but a good one to get us working through that whole back chain of the body. Remember, working everything from head to heels. All right, let's go. Feet together. Third set through. Let's do it. Third and final set. Last round. Elbow up. So remember, third set. If you start to fatigue a bit, just focus on the alignment and technique. All right, swap sides, step across. When you're ready, let's go. Wide step, low row, close step, high row. $15 seconds. Good, almost there. Okay, good job. All right. Whoa. Squats, so you can do the low range movement or the low range hold. Feet wide, arms out. When you're ready, let's go. Bottom range, big push, or down and hold, and then rise up. Whatever one you focus on, it's the chest lifted, it's the mobility into the hips, the strength into the lower back, the engagement into the core. 20 seconds. We're not going so much for the burn. We're going for the control, the strength, and the alignments. 10 seconds. Oh, almost there. Hold on to it. Okay, good job. Nice work, everyone. All right. We've made it to our last exercise, the dolphin. So set yourselves up, alignment, elbow through to the tailbone. If you want to add the dolphin push-up, just make sure you always come back to that alignment from elbow, shoulder, tailbone. 10 seconds. You can always just hold the dolphin if you prefer. Almost there. One more. Good job. And stretch. Come on down into a close child's pose. Go wide if you prefer. Take the palms facing up. Bring the forehead down to rest onto the mat. Relax the shoulders. Let's settle here for about 30 seconds. And just take a moment to settle with the breath. Bring the heart rate down. And just feel that relaxing into shoulders and the arms. And start to connect with a deeper breath. So we begin this process of calming the nervous system and slowing everything right down. Oh, nice work, everyone. Coming up, take a seat onto the heels. It's a little bit of movement into the arms, forward and back. Good job today. So, as always, I like to finish off with a few longer holds and deep stretches just to calm the nervous system, just release into the fascia and connective tissue. And just let the body know that the workout's done and it's time to slow down and recover. So, when you're ready, lying down face up. Because you've been trained in the back chain of the body, you want to finish off with a few spinal twists. So from here, lie down and bring the knees into your chest. And take the knees about shoulder width apart if you like. Just take a few little movements side to side. Just massaging the lower back into the mat, which is signaling the nervous system. Okay, good job. Pause here, keep the right knee in, extend out through the left leg. And then from here, take a breath in to prepare. And on the exhale, take your right knee over to the left into a nice spinal twist. You can adjust the left hip in a little bit if you need to. So you want to take your right arm out nice and wide. And what I like to do is take the palm down, fingertips on the floor. And so you get this nice stretch across the chest and shoulders into the width across the upper body. And you start to get this twist into the upper back. And then you can use your left hand on the right knee to bring the knee down. Let's take about 5 or so deep breaths here. So really focus on a deep breath in through the nose. And relaxing into the breath as we soften and settle into the body. One more breath. Slowly come back to the center. Nice work. Bring both knees back into the chest. Let's go ahead and change sides. So extend out through the right leg. Keep the left knee in. Take a breath in to prepare. And as you exhale, twist over to your right. You can have the right hand on your left thigh. And then your left arm out wide, palm facing down. So we're going to get this nice twist and release into the lower back, middle back, and then across the upper back and shoulders. And so as you settle here, just take a moment to once again focus on those deep, calming breaths for the nervous system. Those longer holds to get deeper release into the body. It's important to create the balance of the workout. So it's one thing to train at a high intensity and want to do the work, but then you've also got to create that balance into the body physically and energetically. Let's take another 3 breaths here. And so you can always stay here and stretch a little bit longer if you like. Otherwise, when you're ready, come back to the center. Bring both knees in. A few little movement side to side. Maybe a little happy baby pose for a couple of breaths. Hands over the tops of the feet, inside or outside, whatever you prefer. Keep the head down, shoulders relaxed. Open up into the hips. This is also a very calming posture for the nervous system as well. So a great way to finish up a high intensity workout is to finish off in happy baby pose. Take a few breaths in Shavasana as well. Just come back to alignment through the spine. And so if you have the time right now, taking Shavasana for about 5 minutes would be absolutely ideal. If not though, then you can finish up the workout here, completely up to you. And so when you're ready, bring the feet in together, roll over to the side or gently roll on up. Now, all done, everyone. So, as always, if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out on Instagram. Thanks for joining in today. I look forward to seeing you in the next workout.